This is the Barrio, and today we're here with Knox from Enforced. And so, how was your day?
It's pretty basic. Let's see. I did some roofing, I did some electrical work, and I did some plumbing. So, standard day.
So, you guys have been playing a lot of shows around Richmond.
Yeah.
You have a 4-song demo, 3-song single out.
Yeah, and the LP we have going out with War Records.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon.
We got the test presses got approved, so it's being pressed right now. So
Hell yeah.
hopefully we get them in the next couple weeks or so.
Oh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you guys planning for rollout, like, more, like, is it going to be on all streaming platforms and all that good stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With that record in particular, there's going to be, it's the both of the cassettes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also going to have a handful of new songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think both of those cassettes are on Spotify now,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole collection is going to be up there, I assume. I don't know exactly when.
Alright.
But what's great about having kind of all that put together
Mm-hmm.
is that Arthur Rizek, who did recorded Power Trip,
Mm-hmm.
who else did he do? Cavalier Conspiracy, Turnstile. He remixed and remastered all of the old stuff to match the sound of the 2 new songs. So even though that they're previously released, they sound completely different.
Hell yeah.
And they sound awesome.
Right.
They sound so good.
Are they, so did you guys re-record anything? Any lyrics?
We tightened up a few things, like we recorded some solos and we re-recorded some rhythm parts that were kind of sloppy on the cassettes.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of punched in and just did some new stuff just to kind of clean it up.
Yeah.
But the 2 new songs we just did from scratch.
Hell yeah.
And incredible.
Yeah, so, like, what are big influences for you in terms of music?
For me or for everybody?
Either or.
I mean, because mine's like wildly different than everybody else's. I mean, mostly for the band, I would say the main influence would be, like Sepultura, Sodom, some other good ones, or some other big ones. This band, why am I losing? I'm losing it. Sorry. I'm losing it. But basically just like old school death metal stuff, Obituary, another big one. Early thrash and early death metal is like our number ones. And it's so great with Spotify that there's so much stuff on there, old and new. So you can find like super old tracks from super old bands that no one has listened to forever.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just constantly find new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we constantly find new inspiration and stuff. What's that? They have a song called Chainsaw. Atomica is a great band. Check them out for sure. But yeah, just anything fast, anything heavy.
Hell yeah.
For me particular, though, like, I really listen to a lot of ambient experimental music, like Brian Eno and Robert Fripp and Harold Budd and stuff like that. And I listen to a lot of lectures series from this historical mythologist. He's like a religious philosopher, Joseph Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
All of his entire lectures are on Spotify.
Okay.
So it's like 150 hours of stuff. So I'm constantly trying to get through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been all of those have been a huge source of inspiration for writing and thinking and whatnot. So
yeah, I've definitely, it's kind of interesting because I definitely noticed in terms of like lyrics and vocal approach, like when I think of that stuff like Daughters, like I've definitely noticed like, how does that play a role in the like lyrical content?
A lot. I'm a sucker for that band. When I was in middle school and high school, I was a total like record I wouldn't say a snob, but I just wanted all of it. So I had like the entire Daughters and As the Sun Sets like back catalog, all on record of every pressing, every color, like of everything. I loved it so much. And I still do. That new record is probably the best one.
Oh yeah, that was very good.
Incredible. I've seen them twice on that, and it was just like
the showstopper type.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So in terms of like lyrical and I guess like vocal approach, it's a lot of like raw aggression, like falls in line with
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the lyrics are all that. Well, they can be at sometimes, but it's not like your typical thrash stuff. It's like you're gonna have to chainsaw and all.
Yeah.
It's not I don't talk about like murder, weapons, smoking weed, partying, pizza. I don't talk about any of that. None of that appeals to me. I don't find it all that interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you guys are going on tour soon with Iron Reagan.
Iron Reagan, Sacred Reich, and Leeway.
Yeah, it's gonna be
great. We got lucky on that one. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you guys have played with Iron Reagan before, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, our guitarist Will, he's also in Red Death, and I know they've played around a bunch with Iron Reagan. We played with them at the Camel with, I think it was Valiant Thor or Humongous or something like that. Valkyrie, is that it? I couldn't remember. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That was 2 years ago. You feel free to contribute. Be my fact checker. I don't remember shit.
I got all these things on the wall. So
To help me out.
Yeah. So in terms of like modern, I mean, you guys are gonna be playing United Blood soon. Bands you're stoked to be playing with on that?
Akulu, I love. I have to look at I can't remember all the ones. Akulu. I have a visual memory. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. It's nice to play with Brace War. You start to see Floor Punch again. I haven't seen them in a while. Who else is playing? Hangman. Hangman is awesome. Dead Heat. Why did I forget Dead Heat? We've been on tour with them, and I think we might be doing another tour with them at some point. I know we all want to.
Hell yeah.
So I'm happy to see those guys again. Their new LP is great, so I can't wait to actually see all that being performed live. Cause,
I'm stoked.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a spectacle for sure. So, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm not aware of or like haven't really caught up with. So I'm definitely going to be paying attention the most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Just trying to hear new shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm really not good at like picking up on new stuff or following new stuff.
Yeah.
Until it's like in my face, and then like, oh okay.
Oh yeah. Like,
and then I'll start focusing on it. I don't know. It's just I'm really bad at it.
Hell yeah. So I've seen a few of your new songs live. So the whole like piece is gonna be very complete. Like everything's gonna follow like a certain flow.
For the LP, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're also writing another LP right now. We're about halfway done through that, and it sounds pretty similar, but it's different.
Oh yeah.
Slower.
Oh,
for sure.
I'm excited about that. Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to really bring out?
Just plug War Records and the new LP coming out, and don't be mean to people. That's pretty much it.
Hell yeah. Cool. All right, cool.
That's
Thanks,
it.
Doc.
A few more questions. Any shout outs to some bands that you guys work with? New bands coming up, or
new bands coming up? Flatline from Virginia Beach, Dead Heat from Oxnard, Combust from Long Island, Hangman from Long Island. Those are what is it? The entire Edgewood catalog. There's a lot of good stuff going on right now, so there's a lot to. If you've never like taken a piece of the pie, there's a whole lot of pies to eat. A lot of pies.
I got one. You might have already asked this, but are there any particular frontmen that you have tried to emulate yourself after or been inspired by?
Alexis Marshall from Daughters, Patrick Kinman from End of a Year, Self-Defense Family, Drunk Church, Dwight from Integrity, who's actually on the new record. That's really it. Honestly, I just soak those like performances in as much as possible.
Yeah.
Watch them over and over, like sports tape.
I see definitely the integrity influence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Performance.
But like watching End of a Year so much growing up because they toured nonstop. So I saw them like 3 or 4 times back in the early 2000s, and like just the way that like Pat looked very like comfortable being weird as shit. I was just like, I want that.
Yeah.
So I try to do that, but I don't think I always execute it well. But I try to at least just really get loose.
It's not the typical like hardcore metal frontman, but
yeah, I've done it. I've done it already, and it's just like it hurts your neck, and like there's a lot of flexing, and I'm not a big man, so it's just like don't act like it.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, and that seems to be working out pretty well.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But I'm not like puking all over myself or like Alexis used to.
Gigi Allen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No GG.
Yeah.
No Gigi. So I've got one more. Have you always been a vocalist, or have you ever played instruments? And if not, what got you started in the heavier type of music, and how did you get your voice to sound like that with practice? Because obviously it takes practice to get your voice to make those kinds of sounds.
Beer, cigarettes, and punishment. Absolute punishment. There's this another Tom Waits. This goes right into him. How he got his voice was he would scream into a pillow until he couldn't speak anymore, and then he would just chug whiskey to just like burn his vocal cords until it was just completely gone. And I was like, that's fucking commitment. So, and he's got a great voice. So, but like I've been doing vocals since I was like 14. So like me doing vocals amidst the chaos of puberty probably wasn't the best idea, but yeah, I mean that I did bass and vocals in these just really bad high school bands, and then I played drums or a drum in this like Explosions in the Sky wannabe band in high school, and other than that, it's pretty much just in high school. It was basically the same 9 people, just kind of changed positions, and just had like 15 different bands. Yeah. And so it was like, well, who's gonna do vocals? And just everyone, because no one else wanted to do it, or just felt like they could. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just running. Oh my god, there's so many awful, embarrassing pictures of me just like with like. I used to have like a big shaved head, not big, but like no guard shaved head. I was super overweight. I'm just running around in my underwear with a microphone. You're just like, stop. No. But I guess you can get away with that when you're 15. I don't know. So it looks like that sounds like bad form to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that anytime soon. Ever. It's a mess.
Yeah, I guess another final question is, so you guys have like, a lot of thrash, some heavy shit, and then some hardcore elements, like those like kind of big chuggy breakdowns, I would say. How do you think like, those scenes like come together in Richmond?
Ooh, well, I mean, it's so prevalent here, all of it. I mean, all the different, various subgenres of metal, all the various subgenres of hardcore and punk, they're so pervasive that you can't get away from them, essentially. Yeah. Especially here. That, like, if you're going to one show, like a punk show, like, there's going to be people from those other shows, too.
Yeah.
And, like, vice versa for metal shows, and just, like, it's all one big, like, cohesive, like, amoeba.
Yeah.
That just kind of latches on and sucks in, and just, it's all one big collective unit of just, I would just say underground music, but, like... touring and stuff like that, and like my brother lives in Milwaukee, so going up and see shows up in Milwaukee and stuff, it's like, wow, it's not all like that everywhere. When you don't think of it until you go somewhere else. Oh, really?
Yeah. And there's like, as far as hardcore goes, it's like nothing. And they're all about the metal, like
they're all about metal, and they love power pop, and they love like classic rock.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, dude.
Don't try it. And like new wave, and pop and stuff, they just love it. But like when it comes to like, they have like one hardcore band, they think.
Yeah.
Well, this band, I think we played with them. Holy shit. They've been around forever though.
This other band, it came through here, Stone, I think they're called.
Yeah,
they
Stone.
Came through, they played at the Warehouse. I forget which show it was, but when they said they're from Milwaukee, they're like a legit hardcore band. I'm like,
yeah. And I think Crossed Me was from Milwaukee, or like I can't remember. I think I'm putting words in my mouth. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's very like, even for like a whole city. I mean, granted, it's much bigger than Richmond, but it's just like there's just like this neighborhood won't go to shows in that neighborhood. You're just like, why? It's right there.
Right.
Just go.
Yeah.
All the bands you want to see is right there. No, I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
Very strange. Whereas here, everyone's just like, I'll go over there. I don't care.
Yeah.
And especially in Virginia Beach, where like, just to travel around Hampton Roads, you have to drive at least 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like when shows are happening here, tons of people from the beach come because they're used to driving forever anyway, which I think doesn't really happen in the verse as much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because here you can ride your bike or walk.
Yeah.
Whereas in like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive is like, oh. But in the reverse, they're just like, yeah, I don't care. Sure. It's different, but it's fun.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Cool.
We got anything else?
No. Check out all the standards. DOM, Nosebleed, Enforced. Yeah. We all have or used to share members. So those are all the homies.
Oh yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Cool.